Hey everybody! So, it is Glam and Glits Day. So first, I'm going to show you what I got. I think it's only appropriate we use that Kiara Sky brush since now that we know they're the same company. Kiara Sky is like their luxury line and Glam and Glits is more their, mid-grade, still good line. So I got their Build Your Own Acrylic kit. And what came with that was 16 ounces of monomer. Look familiar? Let me tell you, I opened them up and used them. They are the exact same monomer. Exactly the same. Same smell, same feel, everything, same color. You get a big, almost 4-ounce jar of a basic, either clear, natural, whatever. I got clear. You get 2 ounces of a blend color. I got Wink Wink. I don't know what that is. You can pick like a white of this, like a milky white. So you get 2 ounces of that, and then you get 3 of these 1-ounce jars, and I think it's $69.99 for the whole set. I got a glitter. You pick a glitter, a color pop, and I got a mood change one, mood effect. I don't know what that means. We're gonna find out. Now, I ordered a few other things that I'm going to show as well because I think my total, for like 50 bucks more, I got these. I added these in. I think my total was $120 and that included shipping. So, I got the glow. I wanted a glow one. I got radiant. It's supposed to go from yellow to green. I got one of their nudes, which was bare white, but it looks like a nude. And I got pucker up, which is like, it's this color that I have here. It looks like melted popsicle. I had to use it. I had to pull them out. Same with the blue. That's the one from there. So we're going to check all these out. But remember, these didn't come in the kit. Those were separate. But I got all of this stuff for $120, which I don't think is a bad deal, especially with 16 ounces of monomer and the 4 ounces of clear. If it's any good, we'll find out. So first, I'm a mess. We are going to pour our monomer because we're using their monomer, obviously. I don't even want to do this. Every time, I spill it every time. Oh, just a little bit that time. I still spilled it, but not as bad. I don't know why I can't seem to get that. I know to use the brush thing, but I tried that and I spilled it then too. So I give up. All right. So the monomer is, I don't want to call it low odor because it's not. It stinks, but all monomer stinks, period. There's no way around that. I got some swatch sticks for the clear. We're not going to be doing that on the nails because you can't really see if it's clear. And what most people want out of their clear is for it to be very clear, because otherwise it warps your colors. So guess who was in here, guys? You know. Okay, so let's get started. Let me say, I did use the blue and I used the pucker up on my own nails and I love the colors. The textures were good. They're holding up really well, but I'm gonna let you guys see up close. So we're gonna do these clear first and let them dry so that we can see just how clear they are. I still haven't pinched this Kiara Sky brush. I don't think I'm going to. I love it. I love it. Polymerize. So I'm not working it too much so that we don't have bubbles and because that will make it foggy. I also want to see if it trashes the brush. Because a lot of like inexpensive clears will stick in your brush really bad, which I don't think Glam and Glits is, but I know when I did my nails with the blue and with the red, I didn't have that problem, which they are very, very pigmented. Let me just say they are super pigmented. So you are going to have some staining. That's just, that's just part of the experience, I guess. All right. So we are going to set these over here. I am going to do one on top as well, because then, you got to work it a little bit more when it's actually on a nail. So we want to see what that looks like. It is a lot of clear. Like, that's a pretty big jar of clear. Ooh. So Ileana suggested I do a neon set with those butterflies, and I think with the colors that are in this kit would be perfect with that. So I want to do like some spring nail art this week with those neon pigments and those butterflies. Well, I guess summer now. I've just kind of closed myself off for spring and forgotten about it. which I am going to be probably not posting as often because I live out in the middle of nowhere and it's spring and summertime. We have a lot of work outside to do, so, you know, I will be spending more time doing that and making my kids get off the video game and go outside, so, you know. All right, so foggy while it's drying, but that's pretty typical. We're gonna see how that looks when it's done, when we're done. So let me move this. You know me, clean as I go, right? All right, so first let's start with the Wink Wink because I don't know what color this is. I guessed. Oh, it's shimmery. Oh no. I want to do this one on a swatch stick just so we can get the full effect of it. I don't know if it's white or not though. Oh yes, it's a shimmery white. And it says that's a blend color. I don't know what you're blending with that, but whatever. It's very, very pretty. Ooh, it looks very classy. Very, very elegant. I don't know. I'm easily impressed. So let's see if you guys can see that. You can't really see the shimmer. We'll let it dry and see how it looks. Oh, I stuck it to my white. Oh no, okay. Wow, I'm extra clumsy today, guys. So, you know, no surgery today. I'm not gonna be doing surgery on anybody. Let's leave this one open up here in case we need it again. I am very excited to try out that mood change one though. All right, let's bring Lucy down here. Let's get you guys a little closer. Just like we did for the Kiara Sky. So now these super pigmented colors like this blue, they can seem very chalky just because they're they have so much pigment in them. That's pretty typical. And blues are very pigmented if you want them to be decent at all. So, all right, let's get started. Where should I put? I feel like this is in the way. I don't know where to put it. Okay, so let's start with the blue so you guys can see, and then we'll do that glitter and then the mood change, and it's not going to match, and that's okay. So like I said, a little dry, a little chalky, and that's okay. So a slight bit of separation just like we had with the Kiara Sky, but it looks like it just mixed itself right up. I did get it very wet though. I love this blue. I'm a big fan of blues and it is just so bright and pigmented. You hear Buddy back there, he's very jealous of the attention the dog's got and he really wants to meet you guys. So every time he sees me in here working with the lights on, he starts scratching at his cage trying to get my attention. They like to watch me work. The bearded dragons, for those of you who don't know. So yes, super rich and pigmented. A little dry, a little like, not dry. I don't want to say dry. That's not the word I want. What's the word I want? You can see the pigment in them. You can see it. It looks dry when you lay it down, but it does polymerize itself on the nail and just straightens itself right out. And I am doing thinner layers this time. Because this is one of those colors where you would just use a little bit of color and then cap it in clear. This is not and because of the amount of pigment, it's not very structurally strong, so you wouldn't use this by itself. Anything pigmented like this, you want to lay a thin amount of color and then build it up with clear. But it lays very well, very evenly, very smooth. Like the pigment doesn't seem to affect that at all. And it does take, you know, a few beads before you get a feel of it, which that's with any new acrylic. You'll get the feel for it and figure out how it works. But it is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's move on. Now that it looks like I've slaughtered, I don't even know. There's a lot of blue here. It looks like bomb pops, kind of, you know? All right, let's do this glitter. So glitters tend to be very dry, so I'm gonna mix this up a little bit. Glitters are always really dry. Maybe it's because you can't use as much acrylic, I don't know. But we're gonna find out. I've never used their glitter before. I've used their colors. I have a teal of theirs that I like to use a lot for my brush videos because it's so pigmented. So yeah, pretty dry, but again, this is not a structural color. This is something that you would use just a little bit and then cover in clear. Oh, I like that. So it's got silver, purple, pink. This would be really good on top of another color as opposed to by itself, like on top of a pink or a purple or even a gray or silver. And it's got all different shapes in there. That's kind of cool. But yeah, typically dry as you would find with all glitter acrylics. I don't know why that is, but that's just how it is. And if you don't like it, you know, you can always mix with a little clear. It isn't like sticking, usually the glitter sticks in the brush. So it's not doing that, at least. I mean, just a little bit, but you'll have that. So with you know, the glitter acrylics, you want a wetter bead. Unless you're like color blocking or something, and then stick with it dry. But I will say that the glitter is very evenly distributed in the bead. Like when you go to wipe it, it doesn't take a big chunk of color off. So that means that someone measured this perfectly so that you have an accurate ratio of glitter to acrylic and you're not losing a bunch of glitter every time you touch it. That is very pretty. I like it. I couldn't decide, so I had to just have one of the kids pick for me because you get a choice of a couple different glitters or other colors. And I knew I wanted to try one of the glitters to, you know, get a rounded view, but I couldn't decide which one because they're a little similar. So I had to have one of the kids pick for me, which they enjoyed. They like making decisions like that. Makes them feel like part of the administration. Maybe I should use their clear to cap this so we can get a good idea of how it all works together. That is very pretty. Very summer party. I like it. Oop, got some on my finger. I abuse these hands so badly. All right, let's move this out of the way. It even goes with that blue, I'm surprised. It's just, oh, a lot of purple, a lot of pink, a lot of silver. But not girly, so that's cool. I don't know how this works. I don't know if it's like advanced sculpting powder pre-mixed. I don't know how it works. Like, does it change in the UV lamp? We'll find out. Or is it with like heat? If it's with heat, then it should change in the UV lamp. UV LED. So this one's a little dry too, but it is, again, a lot of pigment. It's very dark. What I saw online, it looked like it went from like a pinkish purple, like a deep purple, to almost a black. And again, not a structural color, so this is gonna be almost like paint. I mean, that's how you're gonna use it. Ooh, that is very deep and pretty. I like that a lot. I love deep reds, and I say that about it. I say I love everything, but and it's not super dry. I mean, it's dry on the brush, but when you lay it down, it polymerizes so nice. As you guys can see, it's very smooth. And it's not staining the brush too badly. Not like, you know, Model 1s would. But it looks almost like lipstick. It's so smooth. See how it levels? And you guys know that's not me, because my application isn't that good. It's very, very nice. but that's okay because our file is our friend. So I have been practicing a little more lately, and I had some cool tips on how to cut down my time and still have a decent application, you know, and not look like a toddler painted it, which I will be sharing with you guys because it worked a lot for me. I went from doing a fill in about 3 hours to doing it in an hour and a half. So that was really cool. That is beautiful. It reminds me of that 90s lipstick. You know how everybody had that dark maroon lipstick in the 90s? That's what it looks like. But it lays very well. This one almost feels like Kiara Sky, except Kiara Sky didn't have that powdery look, that dry look when you first picked up the bead the way this did, but it laid pretty similar. Like just super smooth and gorgeous. Gorgeous. I can't wait to try that glow. I haven't got to try that one yet. I did try the pucker up, but that was it. And I want to try that. I got the Cover Bear, or the Bear White. It's a cover color. I got that so we could, you know, check out their nudes. All right, that is really pretty. Definitely 90s lipstick color. All right. Yeah. Should we try this one? I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let's try that. What is it? The Pucker Up, so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It looks just like like melted cherry popsicle. It's really weird, but let me show you guys what I'm talking about. And I will move this camera again so that we can see. And then I'm gonna change my paper towel because it looks like a crime scene. Okay, so super pigmented, right? And as it polymerizes, it takes on almost a sugary kind of look. Now watch. Do you see what I mean? It looks like a popsicle. It looks like melted cherry popsicle. It's so cool. I know that's not a good reason to buy acrylic, but it just tickled me to death. And it looks like that on the nail. It looks like melted bomb pops. Which again, not a good reason to buy acrylic, but it stuck with me. It's weird, the things that stick in your head, you know? I just, for as sheer as it looks, it's really good coverage, which I didn't expect. Because like I said, when you lay it down, it looks like it's going to be very sheer, but it's not. I thought it was going to be pink as well, because, you know, it's pink, but it wasn't. Still very much loving this brush as well. So yeah, this is a gorgeous red. It's not chalky at all. And it's probably because it has those high pink tones. But I don't know how they got that sheer look, and it's like magic to me. I love it. I do. I love this color. It is one of my all-time favorites. I don't know if it's just because of that, but who cares? Everybody has different reasons for why they have favorites, right? And it's the little kid in me that loves popsicles that has decided that this is my favorite. By the way, I have been beating this brush to death, and it is still performing magically. Absolutely wonderful. So I guess I went back and checked, and for this brush, I chose a size 10. That's not what it came with. So I think you get to pick which size. From what I can tell, this is what I picked. But the Build Your Own Acrylic Kit here with Glam and Glits, it was $69.99 because it's on sale. I don't know if it's always on sale or not, who knows, but that's how much I paid for it, which I think was a great deal for what you got. And so far, it's been great quality. There we go. Pretty, right? All right, now we're gonna do the other colors, and then we're gonna figure out how that ooh, look how dark that dried. Very, very cool. None of these colors go together. And that's okay. We don't need to match. All right, so let's do some of this. I'm gonna do this one on the swatch stick so we can see. This is definitely a nude. You guys can't even see what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. Okay, so this is definitely a nude. I don't know why it says bare white. There's nothing white about this. Ooh, wow. That just jumped right on the brush. Huh, we're gonna do it on top. So this one's a little chalky, very pigmented as well, which is weird for a nude. It's got almost a foamy feel to it. Not like a, that's weird. Like a melted ice cream kind of feel, like bubbly almost. Didn't separate, didn't marble whatsoever, which is weird considering how pigmented it is. Let me mix this up really quick because that's strange. I don't know what, it's a cover color, so odd that it would be this pigmented. Well, no, I guess not odd. I do love the color. It's a great nude for darker complexions. Not people like me who refuse to tan, but I do love it. It's very even, very creamy. It was weird the way that bead picked up, but see how it looks like a stalactite, stalagmite, whichever. And it does look very chalky at first, but then it stops. And it kind of almost frothy. I don't know. But you know how when ice cream melts in the bucket, how you get that weird foamy stuff on top? It's kind of like that. It feels very light. But it's very pretty. It's a very nice nude. I'm not sure what the name is about. But hey, who cares? They can name it whatever they want as long as it works. Yeah, it's still doing that weird spiky thing. Which I did see in their teal color that I have. If I picked up a very large bead, it would do that. I don't know why, but it's weird. Very workable, very smooth, very creamy. It didn't separate at all, not even like when you first laid it, which some of them do, and then it just situates itself. This one didn't even do that. It was perfect from jump, which is cool. Did have that weird foamy texture, but whatever. We got a lot of colors on my desk right now. All right, we're gonna let that dry and see how that dries, what color it dries to. Very nice. It's like a nude lipstick look. All right, now the glow. I'm so excited for this. You have no idea. It's weird. Look at all the different colors on there. Like you can see some black, some white, some, it's cool. But I expected it to like separate or have weird marbling and it didn't. All right, let's do some glow. Ooh, that is so bright. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm curious about this let's check this real quick, okay? I want to know how it changes. Oh, neat. Check it out. Look how the color changes. I mean, just under the black. It looks different under the black light, which usually means that it's going to change. But who knows? We'll stick it in the lamp and see how it does there. Because I'm not sure what they mean by mood change. Here, let's pop it out. We'll put it in the lamp and see how it does. Because we're going to put this glow in the dark one in there too. Because that's how you can charge it that way. And when I did my glow-in-the-dark stuff that I got from the Glam Trap, every day before I would leave, just in case I went somewhere where it might be dark, I would charge my nails in the lamp. This has that same consistency as the red. That same like melted kind of sheer popsicle feel, which I thought it would be really pigmented, like dry almost, but it's not. It's got almost a sheer popsicle feel. It's very weird. I like it. But I do want to do one of these on top to see how it lays. Look at that. That is so cool. That is not, I used the knot polish on this, although it looks kind of similar. Oh, you guys got to see this. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Look, it's pink. It turned pink. But you can still see that. That's so cool. All right, so when this glow-in-the-dark one is done, I'm gonna have to take it somewhere and show you. Or I can turn off all the lights, who knows. All right, so last one, let's take a look at it and then we'll go over what all was in here. It is a little drier, but the consistency is really clear. It's very weird. Like when you lay it down, it's very, almost, it's not sheer though. The color's not sheer. It's neat. I don't know what they use, but it's cool. I like it. I love a good glow anyway, so you guys can see the light from the lamp. I'm charging it. I don't know why I insist on swatching on top. I do that with my regular swatching too. I don't know. I think because I can buff it and top coat it and then I get a real idea of what the color looks like, whereas opposed to through the plastic, it's not what it, I just feel like that's not what it's really gonna look like. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you don't get an accurate idea of the color through the plastic. I mean, you get a pretty good idea. It's just me being weird. I knew this one was going to turn into a long one once I got into here and got to play with these because I've been waiting forever. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to pause and take you guys into the bathroom with me where there are no lights to check out the color, to check out the glow, okay? Oh, where do I lay my brush? Let's lay my brush right there. Pause. All right, guys, we're going into the dark. So pretty good glow, although it is on there pretty thick, and I charged it for about a minute. Got pretty bright, but it seems like the same yellow. I don't know why it shows green, but yeah, I love it. Okay, so now that we've seen the glow, because I could not contain myself anymore, I do want to do an actual nail with the Wink Wink and the Bare White, so you guys can see how it looks on an actual nail, because it's different on a swatch stick, even though I did it on top. You know what I mean? So we'll start with this one, with the Wink Wink. I get why they call it Wink Wink, because of a little bit of shimmer. But, so for a white, it is nice, very creamy, not really awful, as some whites can be. White is very hard to work with. It can be so hard, just because of the sheer amount of pigment, and the color tends to show every mistake. Also, the clear I have buffed and top coated, and it is cooking in the lamp so that we can get an accurate idea of how clear the clear actually is. Now, when you're using it on top of colors, you're going to be using it a lot thinner, so it's not 100% accurate, and it's going to be a little clearer on a nail, but it'll give us some idea. So this is super smooth. I really like this. It's very, very clean. It's like a very clean white, very bright, almost a blue-based white. I don't know, it feels very fancy, very elegant, if that makes any sense at all. Maybe because it's not glittery, it's just that little hint of shimmer. Feels expensive. Feels like a ball gown. I don't know. I'm being weird. Excuse me. These are the things that I think of in here when I'm talking to myself. Because I told you guys, that's how I deal with my stage fright. I pretend I'm talking to myself, which means that you guys get to hear some pretty weird stuff. The inner ramblings, I guess. So good coverage. And it's so smooth and creamy. I love it. And I think I'm going to use these colors to do that summer set with the butterflies. I want to show you guys some cool color blocking and some pigment stuff with it too. So I think we're going to do it all at once. I think that's going to be fun. So it's so pretty. And it lays really well. This color does. Almost compensates for my work. I know, I do a lot of self-deprecation. It's mostly joking. I don't think I'm awful. I think I do have, you know, some very good technical knowledge from, you know, lots of research, which I think that's where my talent is. It's differentiating the good facts from the bad and being able to kind of combine it down and bring it to you guys, what's important and what's not, and explain it. I think that's where my talent is. So, and then we're going to take a look at that mood because I put it back in there. I wanted you guys to see exactly how pink it gets. The mood changing one, which now I'm tickled with. So we have a little different, not exactly separation, and it's not exactly marbling. It's just, I don't know. Do you guys remember that Almay foundation that was supposed to change depending on your skin and like adjust to your color? It almost looks like that, how that had those little black beads in it. Almost looks like that. Okay. But again, super smooth and creamy and buttery, I guess is the word that everybody uses for acrylic that lays well, is buttery. Although my butter is usually chunky because it's cold in the fridge, so that's not the word that comes to mind for me. I don't know why. I think more ice cream. I think in ice cream terms. I'm hungry. But yes, this has a feel of like almost like foundation, except it's kind of foamy, which is weird. I don't mind it. It's just very light. It's very light for acrylic. It has a very light, frothy, like the top of your cappuccino kind of feel. So there you go. I just wanted you guys to get an idea of how it laid on an actual finger. Well, I mean, this isn't an actual finger. Well, I guess technically it's a finger. It's just not a real finger. There we go. I think that this and that wink would make excellent ombre. Maybe. I don't know. Ooh, let's find out. Sorry, you guys are just along for the ride. I apologize. It's supposed to be a blend color, so I would imagine it would be good for that, right? And yes, it is very good for that. Lovely ombre. Worked great for that. It was a very light transition, but yes, it works great to blend. Oh, I like that. And that's what we'll be using that for. Normally I wouldn't like that shimmer in ombre, but I like it. It's just enough. Okay, now let's take a look at that mood changing one real quick. Okay, so remember, this is what it looked like originally. I'm gonna pop that in there again. Oh, I turned it over. Sit down. Stay. Okay, so these are the clears. This was the one on top. So, you know, not 100%, but not bad. It is a little bubbly, but again, that could be me. This was the one underneath, but I did lay it very, very thick, but still pretty clear, not awful. So I think it's definitely a good value for that clear. See, look how pretty that's drying. Let me get you a little closer. It didn't take away from the nude at all. It's just a light amount of white over it with just a little bit of shimmer. I really like that. Okay, now we are going to check out that mood change, see how that's doing. Let me get rid of this stuff. Sorry guys, it's been a wild ride tonight. This is going to be a long one. I apologize. It's a little late now to apologize, but still the blue and the red are so good together. Well, maybe I'm biased since it's on my hand, but they do look really good together. All right, so the mood change changes to a very light pink. A very light pink. I like it. I do. Ooh. So almost like a plum pink. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Like a mauve? But let me remind you guys how dark it was. When it cools down, turns to that, and then this pink. So pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Now that it's almost, it goes almost back to a black. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Remember that in the kit, it came with, where'd it go? So the kit, let's get back out here, and I will show you guys what all came in the kit. So, with the kit, we got the 16 ounces of monomer. We got the 4 ounces of clear. We got the, which one? The Wink Wink, which was 2 ounces. And we got these 3 1-ounce colors, which you get to pick. This is just what I picked. So we get all of that for $69.99. Yes. And then separately, I got these 3, which I think were $14.99, $14.99, and then $12, I want to say, and then shipping and tax, whatever. So I got all of this for $120, which wasn't bad. But this was just the $69.99, which I think is a very good deal. Just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think, and I will include the link to all of this down below. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching.